A Western Union office, Burbank, California, June 10, 1979. Morning. The clerk behind the counter sorted through papers, bills, receipts. Then noticed one telegram, handwritten form, filled out yesterday, but never picked up, never delivered. The sender had paid, full price, but requested, hold for my confirmation. The confirmation never came. The clerk looked at the name. Sender, John Wayne. Recipient, a name she didn't recognize. Address in Monument Valley. The message was short, just 3 lines, but the clerk could tell. This wasn't business. This was personal. She held the telegram, wondered, should she deliver it anyway? Or wait? Then the phone rang, a secretary. Calling from Mr. Wayne's office. Please destroy that telegram. Mr. Wayne has passed away. He won't be confirming delivery. The clerk hung up, looked at the telegram. The last words John Wayne ever tried to send. And now, they'd never arrive. That telegram, those unsent words, they tell you everything about John Wayne, the man America called the Duke, the cowboy, the war hero, the symbol of American strength. But in those 3 lines, written in shaky handwriting, was someone else. Not Duke, not the tough guy, just Marion Morrison, the real man, behind the legend, trying to say what he'd never been able to say, before it was too late. Marion Robert Morrison was born May 26, 1907, Winterset, Iowa, not John Wayne. That came later. Marion, small town, poor family. His father was a pharmacist, failed at business, moved the family to California. Desert, heat, poverty. Marion was weak as a child, sickly, small, not the Duke you'd imagine, just a scared kid, trying to survive. His father was harsh, distant, never showed love, never showed approval. Be tough, he'd say. Real men don't cry, don't complain, don't show weakness. Marion tried, really tried, to be what his father wanted, but it was hard, so hard. High school. Marion played football, got good, strong, built, then got a scholarship, USC, University of Southern California. Football. Everything was perfect, until he got injured. Surfing accident, shoulder, career over, scholarship gone. Marion was devastated, lost, no plan, no future. Then a friend got him work, as a prop boy, on movie sets, Hollywood. Marion didn't want to be an actor, wanted to be behind the camera, director maybe, but studios saw something. That face, that build, that presence. You should act, they said. Marion shrugged. I'm not an actor, I'm just a guy. But they insisted, small parts, westerns mostly, B-movies, nothing major. Marion was terrible at first, stiff, uncomfortable, didn't know what to do with his hands, his voice, his face, but directors liked him. You're real, they said, not theatrical, just real. Keep doing that. So Marion kept working, learning, getting better. Then someone suggested a name change. Marion Morrison isn't a movie star name. You need something strong, American, memorable. They gave him options. He chose John Wayne, simple, strong, American. And Marion Morrison disappeared. John Wayne was born. 1939. Stagecoach. John Wayne's breakout role. The cowboy, tough, silent, strong. America loved it, loved him. More westerns followed. Red River, The Searchers, Rio Bravo, film after film. John Wayne became more than an actor. He became a symbol of America, of strength, of traditional values. The man who never backed down, never showed weakness, never quit. Duke, the Duke. That's what everyone called him. Not John, not Marion, Duke. But here's what nobody saw. Behind the Duke persona was Marion. Still Marion. Still the scared kid. Still trying to prove something. To his father, to himself, to America. That he was tough enough, man enough, worth something. The Duke was a mask, a character. One Wayne played so well, so constantly, that people forgot. It was just a role. And so did he. Almost. Wayne had strong opinions, politics, America, patriotism. He was conservative, vocal, sometimes controversial, made enemies. Lots of enemies. in Hollywood, in politics. People who disagreed, who thought he was too rigid, too old-fashioned, too narrow-minded. Wayne fought back, publicly, defended his views, never apologized, never backed down. Because Duke doesn't back down, Duke doesn't apologize. Duke is always right. But Marion? Marion had doubts. Marion wondered if he'd been too harsh, too stubborn, too proud. In the 1960s, Wayne made a film, The Alamo. He directed it himself, poured his heart, money, and reputation into it. It failed. Critics hated it. Audiences ignored it. Wayne was devastated. Not about the money, but about the rejection.
"I thought I understood America," he said. "I thought I knew what people wanted. But maybe I don't. Maybe I'm out of touch." For the first time, Duke cracked just a little, and Marion showed through.
Then, in 1964, Wayne got cancer, lung cancer from decades of smoking. He had surgery to remove part of his lung. He survived, returned to work, but the illness changed him. But something changed. He was mortal now, vulnerable. The Duke could die. That terrified him. Not death itself, but dying without making peace or saying what needed to be said. There was someone, from Wayne's past, a director, a friend. They'd worked together, early films, before Wayne was Duke, when he was still Marion, still learning, still trying. The director believed in him. "You're going to be a star," he'd say. "I can see it." They were close, real friends. Then politics divided them. Arguments, harsh words, things said in anger, things that couldn't be unsaid. They stopped speaking. 1950s, 30 years of silence. Both too proud, too stubborn, to reach out, to apologize, to forgive. Wayne thought about it, often, as he got older, as the cancer came back. 1979, terminal this time, spread, stomach, colon, everywhere. Doctors gave him weeks, maybe days. Wayne knew. This was it, the end. And he thought about the director, his old friend. "I should call," Wayne thought, but didn't. "I should write," but didn't. Because Duke doesn't apologize. Duke doesn't show weakness. Duke doesn't admit he was wrong. But Marion did. Marion knew. He'd been wrong, stubborn, proud. And now, time was running out. So Wayne made a decision. Not a phone call. Too direct, too vulnerable. Not a letter. Too formal. Too much explanation needed. A telegram, short, simple. The way men of his generation communicated. Important news, brief words. Stop between thoughts, old technology, but honest technology. No room for rambling. Just truth. Direct, clear.
"I need to send a telegram. Write this down. Send it, but wait for my confirmation. I need to be sure."
Dad was apologizing for being stubborn, for letting pride ruin a friendship, for waiting too long. He didn't use many words. That wasn't his way. But the meaning was clear. "I was wrong. I'm sorry. I wish we'd made peace sooner."
3 lines to summarize 30 years of regret, of missed opportunities, of pride winning over love. Wayne died June 11, 1979, 2 days after writing the telegram. Never confirmed it, never sent it officially. The message sat in a Western Union office, undelivered, waiting for confirmation that would never come. The recipient, the old director, never knew. That in his final days, John Wayne, the Duke, the toughest man in Hollywood, had tried to say sorry, had tried to make peace, but ran out of time.
"Dad had a chance," his son said. "He wrote it, but didn't confirm. Maybe that was his final choice. Maybe he couldn't, not even at the end. Let Duke be Duke."
So the telegram was destroyed. The words, lost forever. The apology, never received. Today, people remember John Wayne, the cowboy, the hero, the Duke. Strong, tough, unbreakable. American icon, and they should. He was all those things. But if you really want to understand John Wayne, you need to know about the telegram, the one he wrote, but didn't send. Because that telegram shows the real man, not Duke, Marion, the man who struggled, who had regrets, who wanted to apologize, but couldn't. Not quite, not completely, because Duke doesn't apologize. And Marion had been Duke too long. When you're over 50, you understand this. You've lived long enough to know. Pride is expensive, stubbornness costs, and sometimes you run out of time to say sorry, to make peace, to fix what you broke. Wayne learned that the hard way, wrote a telegram, 3 lines. That could have changed everything, but waited to confirm, to be sure, and died before pressing send. Maybe you have a telegram too, not literal, but emotional. Words you need to say, apologies you need to make, peace you need to offer, and you're waiting for the right time, the right words, the right courage. But here's the truth Wayne learned. Too late. There is no perfect time, no perfect words. Just now, just trying, just sending the message before it's too late. John Wayne was America's toughest man, but in the end, he was just Marion Morrison, a scared kid from Iowa, who spent his life trying to be tough enough, strong enough, man enough, and died, wishing he'd been brave enough to press send on 3 simple lines. That might have meant everything. Don't wait for confirmation. Send the telegram. Make the call. Say the words while you still can. For stories about what matters most, don't forget to follow.